Kraft Mac and Cheese is better than 90s hip-hop. We'll remind you of your childhood without making you feel incredibly old. Kraft Mac and Cheese. Best thing ever.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with just 30 calories and no artificial sweeteners. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
This episode is brought to you by Ferrero. Soccer's biggest stage is approaching, and Ferrero is making it easy to go all in. Pick any two Ferrero brands from Kinder Bueno to Ferrero Rocher, and you could win the $1 million grand prize, plus an exciting range of daily and weekly prizes. Don't miss your shot. Official rules apply. Learn more at goallinandwin.com.
What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Car Diaries. We haven't done one of these in a very, very long time. I've just left the gym, or leaving the gym, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk. Let's say hello to my people. Let's discuss what's been going on in my life for the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even longer, right? I don't remember the last time we did one. So look, my apologies that we haven't done one in a bit. We are, you know what it is, yeah? I want to be consistent, but life just happens. And sometimes I'm like, I can't be asked to talk. And I guess we all have those moments, right? Where we can't be asked to talk. And I'm very much like that. And it makes it even harder because my job, as you guys know, is to talk for a living. So, yeah, it's not easy. But, yeah, we just left the gym. I haven't been going to the gym as much recently because I've been very, very ill. Very ill. Where I've lost a few kilos ill. But we're a bit better now. And this is the wrong time to be ill, considering I've got so much to do. Like, there are so many things, work-wise, that I need to do, and for the channel that I need to do as well. So we can't afford to be sick. But we are a bit better. Work-wise, I don't know when you guys are going to watch this, but I do go to Monaco early tomorrow morning, which I'm really looking forward to. I love the fight card. Like, it's a really good fight card. I'm very interested in that Conor Walker, Pat McCormack fight. Just because I think McCormack has all the ability to go all the way. Like, world champion. I genuinely believe that. But then again, Lewis Crocker's a world champion. And Conor Walker, like, nearly beat Crocker. I know, you know, 1 + 1 doesn't always equal 2, but I'm like, Conor Walker might cause him some problems. Might. Like, one thing about Conor Walker, he's going to be on you like a fucking rash. So McCormack's going to have to detonate him, I think, early. And then it might be quite comfortable. But yeah, so I go to Monaco. There was... Oh, what's this guy doing? Is he... Reverse a bit. There was talk of me... Sorry. There was talk of me... I don't want to curb my will. I curbed my wills yesterday, and I felt like crying. Please. All right, I know. I'm sorry. I know. You know that noise where you know it's coming? Like that, and I'm so scared of doing it. Okay. I curbed my wills last night so bad, I've got to get them repaired. So yeah, there was talk about me doing... I don't know why I'm laughing saying this, but AJ Jake Paul. There was a lot of talk. I can tell you that now. It ain't happening. I'm not going to tell you why it ain't happening, but yeah, it ain't happening. But there was talk about it. So I am doing the Nigerian event. I'm doing the Nigerian event. Akoli, Adelaide. I think Tony Yoka has been added to it as well now. So I'm doing that. So, okay, no, wait, let me get this in order. Let me get this in order, actually. So Monaco tomorrow. I come back for a day, and then I go to Prague for poker, which I'm like never been to Prague before. Really, I actually don't travel much in Europe. A lot of my traveling's like America, Middle East, Africa. I don't really go to places in Europe, so I'm actually looking forward to going to Prague. I come back from Prague, and I'm here for 1 day, and then I go to Nigeria. Come back from Nigeria. I do? I'm going to Ghana for that event. And then after Ghana, I'm going to Saudi for Inouye. And then after that, we can press pause and enjoy the New Year's. So yeah, that's my schedule. And in between that, obviously, I'm trying to put out content and YouTube videos, which is quite difficult. And in between it, I've got TalkSport quite a few times as well. First world problems. When I say all this, I'm not saying all this for you guys to bring out the small violins. First world problems. I mean, this is what I prayed for. Like, this is dream world. But sometimes it does get hard to kind of balance work. Sorry, is this gonna help? Does that help a bit? It does get hard to balance work and a life. That's not helping at all, is it? It does get hard to balance work and a life, but first world problems, I'm not gonna complain. There are millions of presenters that would love to be in my shoes, that would literally jump at those opportunities and those things I've just mentioned. But yeah, life has been lifing recently, people. I feel like I've been very stressed, but for no reason. I can't explain. Like, there's no reason for me to be stressed, but I kind of feel like I am stressed. I don't know if I'm just talking myself into stress. I don't know what it is. But I've been a bit stressed recently. Maybe I'm trying to juggle too many things. Maybe I'm trying to work on too many aspects of the YouTube channel, which take time, but I'm very impatient. I just want it all to be now. I've got so many ideas for the YouTube channel, like so many. And I work with a guy called Andrew Spence, who helps me on my YouTube channel. Andrew Spence is the guy that basically gave me my big break on TalkSport. We now work with each other because, again, he wants to help me with the YouTube because he thinks it can go somewhere, as do I. So he's almost like, Ade, calm down with your ideas and just nail like 3 or 4, like nail them. Which, yeah, I'm doing, but I am working on something very, 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 how many varies was that? Something very big for the channel, the start of the new year. Something very big, which I think will take the channel to a whole another level. I think the channel right now is good. I think it's very good. I think I do try and put out something at least 3 or 4 times a week, right? I know there's sometimes that I disappear, but most times it's 3 or 4 times a week. But I want the channel to be an everyday thing. I want us to go live 3 or 4 times a week, like proper live. So not like me jumping on and being live for an hour. I mean live for like 4 or 5 hours, like Ariel Hawani does. Ariel's a big inspiration to me in terms of what he does. Come on, dude. So yeah, there's so many plans. And I always feel like the New Year's almost like the perfect time to kind of look back at the year and decide what I want to do, right? Some things I'll get rid of that haven't worked, which is okay, and some things I'll keep. I do want to do a few more bits with G-Man and other people. Like, I can tell you the people now, like Ruth Raper, who does a lot of stuff for Queensbury, desperate to work with Ruth. There's another girl called Melissa, desperate to work with her. October Red, desperate to work with her. Desperate to work, I'm just putting it out there, desperate to do some stuff with Adam Cattrall. I love what Jamie Ward's doing. I love what Dev Sani's doing. So I feel like that we have a community over here, and obviously everyone should do their own thing, but I do think at times we can all come together. That's my plan in my head anyway. But we'll see how it all plays out. There has been a lot of talk of me doing a bit of football, like very, very soon, which, as you guys know, is a big thing for me because I'm still trying to not just be the boxing guy. Ultimately, I can talk, right? That's what I do. And I feel like this is no joke. I know way more football than I know boxing. I do know boxing, but I know way more about football because I've just grown up watching football like every day. Whereas boxing, growing up, it was like a big fight once a month. Like, boxing fans now don't know how lucky they are. Like, everyone complains. I'm like, when I grew up, it was literally a big boxing event, and I'm talking about the 90s. It felt like a big boxing event once every 3 or 4 months. That's what it felt like. Probably wasn't that bad. Now, you are going to see a fight maybe once every couple of weeks, sometimes even once a week. Last weekend, Ben Whittaker fought, so did Jimmy TKV and Fraser Clark. You know what I mean? This weekend we've got fights. Weekend after we've got fights. There's fights every weekend, it feels like. So yeah, I know way more about football than boxing is what I'm trying to get at. So hopefully we get a bit more a bit more football under our belts. I was in Kenya, which I loved, and the plan is to be there at least once a month. It's going to be difficult because of work, but that's the plan. Not to present, but I was there to kind of help a good friend of mine put on a show, and now I'm now part of that organization. So the thing is to kind of be behind the scenes, which has always been my dream anyway, especially when it comes to African events, to be behind the scenes and to be doing the best I can in terms of helping. What's this guy reversing for? What are you doing? Why are you reversing, dude? Oh, sorry. And to help sort of facilitate the events being as good as they can be, because it's still, the African terrain is so difficult. Like, it's kind of wild. But obviously I've done boxing events now for like 7 years, so I kind of know what happens behind the scenes. So yeah, the plan is to do, well, actually we've now been offered a TV deal. This is kind of breaking news. We've been offered a TV deal with the equivalent of like, it's called TV 47, the channel. I don't know what, I'm trying to think. They're probably like an ITV. We've been offered a TV deal to do events, not much money, but enough to get it off the ground. Events once a month for 12 months. No, for 2 years. And the first fights, so basically the one I did was almost like, okay, we show you what we can do. They were impressed, like really impressed. It went viral in Kenya and Tanzania. So they're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's give you guys a 2-year deal, which is crazy, right? 2-year deal. And yeah, we're gonna do events every single month in Kenya. And but the money's not good, but this has never been about the money for me. Honestly, I don't know what, like those African events are not about the money. Because ultimately I know that there isn't much money. The events for me are sort of just birthing African talent and giving African talent a chance. Like almost saying to them, you don't have to, obviously look, if you want to, you can come to the UK and the US and make big money, but you can also make good money and live in fighting in Africa. So that's the plan anyway. So yeah, hopefully it's a success, and it will be, because I know what I'm like. I'll make sure it's a success. Yeah, so that's it anyway. Hey, this WBC thing in Terence Crawford's interesting, right? Love it. I do understand why Mauricio Suleiman is upset. I also understand why Terence Crawford's like, fuck you. I get it. I get both arguments. Like, if I was to speak to Mauricio, I'd always stick up for the fighter. That's my thing. Because ultimately, they're the ones that are risking their lives. Like, risking their lives. Terence Crawford is like the top 1%, top 0.1% that make enough money to live out their lives well. Most fighters kill themselves and then they have to get a normal job. Terence Crawford's okay. So when Terence Crawford speaks out, I think fighters should listen. But I also understand why Mauricio Suleiman was like, 1 second, we allowed you to fight for our belt and become undisputed and your name go down in the record books. You know what sanctioning fees are. Let's not pretend this is your first rodeo. And now all of a sudden you don't want to pay it. So I kind of get both arguments, but again, I would always stick up for the fighter. I never understand what these sanctioning bodies do. I don't really understand, and you know, maybe I need to speak to Mauricio Suleiman or Gilberto Mendoza. Gilberto Mendoza, is that right? The WBO president. Have I got that right? Hopefully I have. Or was it the WBA? Can't remember. But speak to one of those guys and say, okay, tell me what you guys do. Like, let me understand why you take a percentage of fighters' fees. Like, and if what they do is worth the percent that fighters are paying, then fair. But I don't know what they do, because the broadcaster puts on the event and most times pays for the event. If the event is, i.e. Canelo Crawford as an example, then obviously a backer will pay for it. This backer in this case was Turkey Al Sheikh, and the commissions, in terms of where the event is being held, kind of do everything else. Appoint the judges, make sure that medicals are fine, all that stuff. So that would have been Nevada. So what role is the WBC playing? I don't know. And this isn't me saying they play no role. This is me saying I don't know what the role is. And if I don't know the role, you know, and I work in the sport, It's kind of weird, isn't it? And I don't think I don't know for a lack of knowledge. I'm just saying I don't know because it's not obvious. And even I said this on the YouTube video the other day, like boxing is like, and I don't know if the UFC apply this percentage as well, which I guess they don't, but boxing is such a weird sport where you win a trophy, so you do your thing, you win a trophy, you have to pay for the trophy. What? I said this, like, and as I was saying it yesterday, I was like, it honestly does not make sense. Like, 1 second, so I win the trophy, and now I have to pay you for winning and holding your trophy? Get the fuck out of here. Like, how does that make any sense, people? So, yeah, like, the fighter, what I'm trying to get at, the fighter should never, ever have to pay for the sanctioning fees. I'm sorry, no. That is a promoter, that is maybe even a broadcaster, maybe even the rich backer that's putting on the event. Why should a fighter have to pay for their trophy? Like, hence why some fighters say, fuck your trophy. Now, ultimately, everyone knows I'm the world champion. I don't need a trophy to tell me that. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, look, guys and girls, I do want to end by saying this. Thank you. What is this guy doing? What are you doing, brother? Remember when I first started doing these, I was so bad with the beeping and the effing and the blind. I don't really do it as much, do I? I want to say this. A lot of you have been sending me screenshots, which is so cool, of me being in your top 5 watched videos. Like, some guy sent me a video saying he'd watched like 180 videos I did, and I was like, have I done that many? 180 videos I did last year? Which sounds almost too good to be true. It's only 365 days. So I've done a video every other day. Wow. But anyway, yeah, so look, keep them coming in. I love seeing this. This really boosts my ego. Because someone sent it to me, and there are big channels that I was in front of. So yeah, we are coming. We are coming. We are, without a doubt, gonna crack 250,000 subscribers by the end of next year with the plans that I have. Remember I said that. We're on 113,000 now, which is an incredible number. I remember when I got to 100. But we're gonna crack 250. And you know what? Once we crack 250, we're on for 1 million. Fuck it, we're on for 1 million. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But look, thank you so much for all the support. It does mean a lot. That really, really means everything. And I will continue to try and be as close to my authentic self as I can be. It's not easy, people. Trust me, it isn't easy. But we're doing it. Peace and love.